Hey everyone, it's Mo. Welcome to my first ever YouTube video. Today we'll be doing a Q&A. I asked my followers on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter and Snapchat to send me some questions so you guys can get to know a bit more about me. So yeah, with that being said, let's get started. Okay, first question. Why are you baldy?
You can call me Baldy or like. Don't bother me.
I didn't call you Baldy.
Yeah, 10-4, just...
Next question. How old are you? I am 28 years old.
Damn!
28 years young. Let me rephrase that. Okay, next is not a question. Just wanted to say, stop waffling on Twitter. Your takes stink. Duly noted. What/who inspired you to play football? I have to go back a bit. I think just watching like my friends in primary school playing football and seeing how much like they enjoyed it was probably my first like core memory of football. And then when I started watching it, it was a mixture of John Terry, Steven Gerrard, Thierry Henry. I feel like I was blessed to have witnessed those sort of players. Not saying that the players in today's age are not as good or anything, but just I'm a bit of a nostalgia merchant, let's say. Next question. What are your goals in football? I feel like my goals have changed over the duration of my life. Obviously, growing up as a youngster, it was to play professional football. Now, in this stage of my life, I've had to obviously readjust and make them a bit more practical and realistic. So right now, it's just smaller goals towards an end goal, which for me is to get a senior international cap for the Somali national team. That is the one goal I feel like I've still got in my head. And then below that is playing football regularly, playing like 20, 30, 40 games in a row without getting injured. Just staying consistent, doing the little things over a long period of time to hopefully get to that stage. Okay, next question. Who is your dream manager you'd want to play for? It's difficult to pick one, but at this moment in time, it would probably be Antonio Conte. He's someone that I think is criminally underrated, vilified as well, like needlessly. It's almost seen as like you're cool if you don't like managers that really prioritize and make defending a cornerstone in their philosophy. So me being a naturally defensive player, I feel like I would really enjoy playing for him and his system. So yeah. Next question. What position do you play? Okay, so to describe this as best as I can, I've always felt like I'm a centre-back trapped in a CDM's body. So I've always wanted to play centre-back since I was a young kid. Obviously going back to John Terry, who was my favourite player growing up. Unfortunately, I do stand at 5'11", so it's not ideal. If you ask me where I think you can get the best out of me, it would probably be the right side of a three. But at this moment in time, I'd say for the last, 6-7 years, I've been playing just in front of the back four, or even as a double pivot. So yeah, CDM these days, or centre mid. Next question is, where are you from? Well, I was born and raised in London, North London, but I am actually Somali, so I'm of Somali descent. My mum and dad immigrated from Somalia in the early 90s and moved here to the UK to give our family a better life and opportunity, and yeah, fair play to them. Next question, biggest achievement in football so far? I'd have to say being offered scholarships to play in the United States. I think that was something that young Mo never really envisioned, especially like when I was in secondary school. If you told me then that I'd be getting offers, like scholarship offers to play in the United States, I would have probably laughed at you thinking, what are you on about? So I'd probably say that. Next question, if you could play with any player, past or present, who would it be and why? I feel like I'm sounding like a broken record, but again, it's hard to pick one. If I had to pick one, it would be John Terry, but Steven Gerrard's a very, very close second as well. Next question, Messi or Ronaldo? I was expecting this one. Messi. Need I say more? Next question. How do you think we'll do in the league next season? I'm assuming that you're talking about Arsenal. By the way, I am an Arsenal fan. That's a very difficult question to answer. I don't know. I truly don't know. We still don't know what the transfer or the recruitment strategy is for this summer. I think last season was our best opportunity to win the league and we bottled it, so I'm not really expecting us to win it this season. And yeah, I hope Arteta can prove me wrong. Which leads us on to our next question. Why are you Arteta out? Okay, I'm gonna just clarify. I am not Arteta out.
Stop the cap! Stop the cap right now! Stop the cap!
Simply because I know the club will never sack him. So I've actually given up on the whole notion of being Arteta out. If you ask me, am I his biggest fan? My answer would be no. But if you ask me, do I rate him as a coach? I will tell you yes, absolutely. He is a world-class coach, but I think he's limited when it comes to management. But from the outside looking in, I think there are better managers out there. I think this group of players that Arsenal have are in need of someone that has experience, that has proven experience, that has won things. And Arteta is still a novice. It's still his first job, his first head coach job, that is. So there's nothing wrong with being an amazing number two, and I think that's what he is. I think he has already shown us how far he could take this team, and give it a season or two, the ownership might have to consider their options, because we should be winning titles. We should be winning the league. We should be going very far in the Champions League, and we should, at the bare minimum, be collecting those FA Cups and the League Cups and whatnot. So yeah. Next question. When and where did you move to the US? I moved to the US in 2015 and I moved to Kansas. I was there for 5 years and it was probably to this day the best experience of my life. I learned a lot about myself, a lot about the world of football, not just in the UK but abroad, and it was a really eye-opening experience as far as making friends, making professional relationships with teammates, coaches, agents, and it was something that I wish I could relive again and again and again. Honestly, it was such a good experience, and anyone that's considering doing that, I would say absolutely do it. Got to study and train and play like almost like a professional would, except that you weren't on the professional money, but you was given scholarships to be there. Obviously, like anything, there's ups and downs that I experienced there as well, but if you ask me for my a general review of my time there, it was very, very good. I really enjoyed it. Next question. Besides me, what do you miss the most about America?
Naughty, naughty. You teasing me, you naughty, naughty.
What I miss the most about America probably be I was gonna say the food. That's wrong. That's not nice. What I miss the most about America is the friends I made there. I know that's probably sounding cheesy and whatnot, but no, I truly mean it. I made some lifelong friends over there that I've been dying to visit and see again, but hopefully I'll see them soon. The World Cup's coming up in 2026 and I'm hoping to go there. Next question. How long have you been coaching? So for those of you that don't know, I am also a youth coach. I have been since 2021. So I'd say for the best part of 3 years I've been coaching. Really enjoyed it. It's I think the next progression for me once my playing days are done, and it's really rewarding. It allows you to be a role model for the next generation, and I feel like I have a lot to give as a coach as well as a player. So I'm glad that I took initiative to get started a bit early, and I'm really looking forward to my progression and my career as a coach. Next question. do you have any regrets? If I had to pick one, because I'm sure most of us can relate to, we have a few regrets here and there, but the one that really does stay with me more often than not is I wish I moved to the US a year later than I did. I think at 19 I was still a little bit young and naive in a way to certain things, and there were some hard lessons that I had to learn pretty early. So, but again, these things happen for a reason, and I feel like nothing adverse or bad has happened as a consequence. So I'm glad at how things have played out so far in my life, but that's probably the one thing I would change. I'd probably go there a year later than I did. Next question, what are your coaching aspirations? Well, I haven't really thought that far ahead yet. I'm currently really enjoying the youth football coaching environment. I feel like it's allowing me to really hone my skills as a coach, as well as benefit the young players that I work with. But if you were to ask me where I see myself, let's say 5 years or 10 years from now as a coach, it would probably be at a push, one of the coaches in the staff in a group, maybe like a first team coach that takes the training sessions and drills. I really don't see myself being a number one, like a head coach. It's a role that is very stressful. I have a lot of respect for those that do it and appreciate how difficult the job is. I don't think I would enjoy that role. So I would say, yeah, maybe assistant coach, head of youth, academy director, those sort of roles I think would be a lot more suited for myself. Next question. What's one thing you dislike about football? The one thing I don't like about football would probably be how, no matter how much you give into football and how much you put into it, football ultimately doesn't owe you anything. You can be the best player you can be doing all the right things, you can be doing all the extras, all the decisions you make are revolving around making sure you're sleeping well, eating well, limiting maybe even social life for football, and you can still not get to where you want to get to. It's a very, very cruel industry. It's relentless. It doesn't wait for anyone, and it's just something that you have to go into knowing that more often than not, it will be the case where you put so much into football and you get scraps, if not anything, back. Next question. Miss you, mate. What's the best training exercise to get players used to high pressure play? That's a very good question. I would say a ball and a wall is the most underrated thing that you could do to get better. Just simple passing and receiving. Passing, receiving, taking the touch into space. Passing, receiving on the half turn. Passing and receiving, taking the touch on the outside of the foot, inside of the foot, sole of the foot. There's just so many variations you can work with just a football and a wall. Too often we see so many complicated and complex drills on social media. It's very overwhelming. There's just so many to choose from, but the most simple ones, believe it or not, are the most effective. And it's something I always tell any player that I coach, any teammates that ask for advice, a ball and a wall. That's literally going to be the best way to improve on multiple areas of your game. Okay, last few questions. Why are you bold?
I want to be polite with you, and I prefer not to answer to the question, because your question is really a bad question. It's really a bad question because it looks like is my fault, is my problem, and your question is not correct. I'm sorry.
And last but not least, why didn't they let you put Mr. Peanut Head on the back of your kit? And on that note, guys, thank you very much for watching. It's been a long time coming, and I'm very, very glad that I'll be able to create more content and videos across all platforms. Most of them will be on TikTok and YouTube, so stay tuned for that. In the meantime, please, how does it go? Really appreciate it if you like the video, if you press the subscribe button, and stay tuned for more content coming soon. Thank you very much.